You see that horse back there? Dead. That is a dead horse. And he is dead because of all of you. That's right. His name was iPhone 13 Leaks and Rumors. And you all beat him to death before the actual phone ever launched. So today, because he's gone, we're going to be talking about the iPhone 14. Yep. That's what we're doing. If you're watching this on the toilet right now, which you probably are, hit subscribe and turn on all notifications to be part of the Toilet Squad. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Front Page Tech, FPT. Wait for it. Of course, the show that gives you all latest tech news from one geek that is me to another that is you. Listen, okay, I see your comments, I read them, everyone freaking out, being like, John, we're not in a tech news drought. Come on, there's more tech news than just Apple, Google, and Samsung. Well, I'm sorry, but the Pocophone G60 X3 9000 doesn't pay my fucking bills. I gotta make stuff that people care about, that people will click on. And we got websites like The Verge out there writing whole articles about how to schedule an email in Gmail. This is where we're at, okay? This is what has happened to us. Yes, there is a tech news drought. Yes, there may be other tech news out there, but I need to pay bills, okay? All right? So get off my balls. All right, now with that out of the way, first up for the day, story numero uno. Let's talk about iPhone 14. Now, to remind you, this is it. This is the iPhone. The one that, according to Kuo-Ming Chi, Apple will finally be getting rid of the notch in favor of a punch hole design. At least for the Pro models, that is. And now we have brand new reports stating that number one, the Pro models will be getting titanium chassis, making them stronger than previous models. And dos, that's number two, for those of you who Mexican't speak Spanish. Anyhow, two, we have another report saying that Apple just won a patent for in-screen Touch ID and Face ID. That is good news, I guess. After last week, anyway. Remember last week we got that really disappointing report that claimed that Apple decided to not put Touch ID in the iPhone this year, but it looks like, at least with this patent, that Apple could be giving us in-display Touch ID next year on the iPhone. And I don't know about you, but an iPhone without a notch and with in-display biometrics is a good iPhone. I mean, that might even be enough to just outright wait. Like, not buy this year's iPhone, the iPhone 13 or whatever, that will be announced in just a couple months, and instead just hold out for next year. According to the report from Patently Apple, the main focus of this patent is the ability to embed an image sensor into the display in order to read a fingerprint. So obviously, Touch ID. I mean, I knew that this year's iPhone was starting to look pretty disappointing. The iPhone 13 or iPhone 12s, whatever we call it. I knew it was going to be kind of disappointing, but I was going to buy it anyway, because YouTube money or whatever. But now I'm just like, do I have to? Like, I could not. I could just not do it and then get it next year. Get the iPhone 14. That might be a better plan. Oh, hey, speaking of YouTube money. Hey, it's summer, which means you're probably just leaving your balls hanging out. Which is what you're doing if you're not using a VPN. Don't let everyone see your balls. Right now, WeVPN has their summer sale going on. Get 74% off and 3 months of free service with the purchase of a 2-year plan for only $259 a month. Not only is WeVPN my favorite VPN of all of them, they also now unblock over 350 plus streaming services. That's more than any other VPN. Protect yourself online, don't let your ISP trace you, and unblock all of your favorite streaming services. Make sure to click that link below to get started, and of course, a huge thanks to WeVPN for supporting the show. Okey doke. All right, welcome back, first of all. Second, May I interest you folks in some tech news garbage disposal? This is the segment of the show where we take all of the little tiny tech news droppings and speed run through all of them because we're in a tech news drought and we gotta take what we can get. It's like quick bits from TechLinked, except not good. All right, starting with, remember last month when it was reported that you no longer had to wear a mask in Apple stores anymore, at least in the US? Yeah, well, fuck all that. Starting today, you will now be required to wear a mask inside Apple retail stores, whether you're vaccinated or not. All right, cool. So, yeah, that's the worst. Next, Mac Otakara put out a report claiming that my design leak for iPad mini 6 was wrong. You know, this one? Yeah, so these renders were made based on actual images, CAD files, and schematics that were given to me by multiple sources. Not to mention, the information was later backed up by people like Bloomberg's Mark Gurman, 9to5Mac put out an exclusive that backed up a lot of the information. Oh, and Ross Young. But yeah, Macaroni and Cheese here says that the information about a redesign is wrong, and instead, the new iPad mini will not be getting a redesign, that it will instead look like the previous iPad mini. This. Yep. They are incorrect. Macaroni and Cheese. I hate to tell you this, but you are incorrect about me being incorrect. What? Okay, moving on. Apple has reached out to a Chinese leaker account and is effectively forcing them to snitch on their sources, or else Tim Cook and the gang will report them to the police. Now, usually, legally, Apple has really no grounds to go after accounts like this that are just posting leaked information, but this is a little bit different. You might remember my video from last week or the week before, I can't remember when I put it out, but it was basically about how Apple is coming after me for leaks, at least going after people that have worked with me, like to make renders for products that I've leaked. And in that video, I explained that I technically am not the leaker. The leaker is the person, the employee within the company giving me information. And it is not illegal for me to go ahead and report the information that I was given. But in this case, with Apple pretty much forcing this person, whoever they are, they haven't been identified at this point, with Apple forcing them to snitch on their sources or be reported to the police, this is different. Because this person who was posting images of prototypes has physical possession of the stolen prototypes. See, they had seemingly purchased these stolen prototypes off of the black market. This is a real thing in China, by the way. There are employees that work at Foxconn or other Apple suppliers that smuggle prototypes out of the factories and then sell them on the black market. And so that's pretty much what happened. Whoever this is, they bought the stolen prototypes, took pictures of them, posted them on Twitter. But you cannot do that. The posting, whatever, but having them, that's the problem. So Apple basically was like, hey, give us a list of the people that sold you these devices or else we'll call the cops. So yeah, I usually don't like when Apple goes after accounts that are simply posting information, just reporting information that was given to them. But in this case, whoever this is has stolen property, is in possession of stolen property. And they should be lucky that Apple hasn't called the cops yet. They should be lucky that Apple didn't send Steve Jobs yesterday to kick down their door. And, right, last up for the day, Mark Gurman said in his newsletter this past Sunday that Face ID is coming to the Mac within the next couple of years. Wow, God. Yep, that is a real timeline that he gave. Just sometime that is not now. Sometime in the future. Fuck. Whatever, man.